What's up, guys? I want to talk about something that I don't talk much about on the channel, and that is lifestyle. So we talk about doing deals, we talk about making money, we're talking a lot about creating private equity funds now, but we don't talk about the point of all this, which is having an impact, creating the life you want, being able to do the things you want, and having this dream lifestyle. But I want to start at the very beginning. I don't want to start with kind of, oh, you're going to become a millionaire and make all of this money and do whatever you want. Whatever the things are that you want, you'll be able to do at that point. I think one of the mistakes that people make when it comes to thinking about their lifestyle is they don't start where they are with the incremental increases and the kind of incremental improvements in their lifestyle. It's all about, and I think it's one of the reasons that there is so much focus around becoming a millionaire is there's a lot of what we're fed is, make $1 million doing this, make $10 million doing that, become an 8-figure entrepreneur because 7 figures is too little. And most people haven't really figured out, well, why do I want this money? What am I going to do with it? And so when it comes to the lifestyle, like that's the first thing is spending time thinking about those two things. What's my dream lifestyle? I think that that's valuable. It's very motivating. But what are the incremental improvements? What's like the least cost thing that I can do to improve my life right now? Now, personally, I don't like to pay expenses with income that I work for. So I'm active doing deals, I manage fund. I also, have my own personal businesses and deals that I may participate in managing. So with all of that income, I really want to put as much as possible. And for me, the percentages may be higher, but wherever you are, you want the percentage of the income that you work for to go into creating passive investment. So even in my deal making, if I'm actively running that business or involved in any way in running that business, I don't consider that passive income. And I don't like to have to work and then get money and then pay for any expenses. I want all the money I work for to go into investments that then create the passive income that pays for me to live the lifestyle that I want. And I think that can be overwhelming for folks. Like, okay, I already have these bills, I'm already working. I can't just take all that money and put it into investing. And I think one of the things that was a mind shift for me when I was young is just focusing on one thing that you want. So I had my working income. I realized that I wanted this Mercedes. And fortunately, and this is one of the concepts that my mentor, who I mentioned on the channel quite a bit, Mike Aiken, who flipped hospitals back in the day, he was always on me. He's always coming after me like, listen, you got to make sure you're not working for income, even in your business, and then you're taking that money and putting it into some other type of expense. So don't create more expenses for you. So I wanted this Mercedes because I'm young and, it's not even something I want to buy today. But I was excited about it when I was a kid. But I had this advice from my mentor and I'm like, okay, so I got to figure out how do I create passive income, even outside of me doing deal making, to pay for this car. And there was a small apartment building, had 4 units, and the positive cash flow on it, if I bought it, was going to be about $700. And, I had some cash from deal making, so I was able to buy that, and with a mortgage, a little bit of a payment. But after all the expenses, I was making $700 a month. So I knew I could buy this car, and then that apartment building was going to pay for that car. Now, the cool thing is it doesn't even have to be that big a thing. I think the first thing is getting your expenses covered. So let's say the smallest bill you have, you want to write out all of your bills and look at what the smallest bill is. You may have your house, and that's a couple thousand. You may have a car, that's a few hundred. You've got the utilities and that kind of thing. And then you get down to the bottom of the list and you've got there's some like Netflix that may be, I think Netflix is $12 a month right now. I think supposedly there's a big thing with Disney coming in and they're going to increase the prices. So that competition will be, Netflix right now needs to increase the prices to cover their debt, but there's competition coming in where Disney's going to charge $7. And so they also are facing pressure in both ways. So always interesting to see these kinds of things with businesses that are growing fast like that and how they answer. But you get all the way down to the bottom of the list and there's a $10 bill or $12 bill for Netflix. That can be your goal. Your goal can just be, let me go out and find a business. I like Netflix. I don't want to get rid of Netflix. It's a part of my in my lifestyle is that, when I'm chilling, I want to be able to watch Netflix. So the first thing we're going to take care of in our lifestyle is just that bill, just $12. And the cool thing is today, there are some small deals that you might be able to buy and get that covered, a few $1,000s or whatever. And then you get into the bigger deals. Maybe you've got a car that you pay $300 a month. And so now you can invest in the deal or find some other partners and partner with them to buy a $50,000 business. Maybe you only put in $10,000 and now you've got your car payment covered. So here's the really powerful thing about that is you could go out and put $10,000 into just buying a car, or you could put $10,000 into a 3x investment like a website, and now that $3,000 a month $3,000 a year is going to take care of your car payment. And so you start to break your lifestyle down like this in a way that basically your investments, whether you're acting as kind of a silent investor into a deal or you're somebody that's like running the business, each one of those can pay for large portions of your of your lifestyle, or it could be smaller things in your portfolio that pay for smaller things in your lifestyle. And the reason that I think it's very important that you have that portfolio is when one deal goes away, it's not the end of the world. You can have some other deals that are taking care of things, but I don't like the idea of just having one business that is paying for the whole lifestyle, just because that creates a tremendous amount of risk. So you want, at the end of the day, enough passive income, and this should be every deal maker's goal, is that you've got enough passive income to pay for all the expenses associated with your dream lifestyle. But in addition to that, you've got a additional 30 to 50% that every month is going to finding other investments that can create income for you. So you are always buying businesses, and that creates that snowball effect that I talk about. So you've always got a portion of your income that's buying more cash flow. That cash flow adds to the whole snowball and allows you to buy bigger businesses. And so you create that snowball effect. And it's one of the things that hugely impacted me when I was at the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. It was amazing that, right now they're sitting on $100 billion, and they realize that it's better for us to just hold on to this money and wait to find a deal than it is, a lot of the shareholders are asking, well, we could do a huge dividend, how much do you want to spend doing some share buyback, which they're doing a little bit of that. But they are keeping the lion's share just sitting there waiting for huge opportunities, because the best thing that you can do with your money is always buying a cash flowing business. So you want to use that cash flow, even if you have to wait for the perfect deal, and get those deals done to build your portfolio. I do believe in the early years, it's less about trying to find the perfect deal, and it's way more about keeping your money moving. It's about the velocity of which you're buying new cash flowing assets. The more you're buying those cash flowing assets, the more money you're going to create that allows you to buy more, and the more diversification, which is huge. We all know that Amazon is changing a policy that's affecting a tremendous number of businesses. We're fortunate it's probably going to improve our business, but it's just the fact that simple decision. There are a lot of people all over America and the world that were, last month owned $1 million businesses, and today own businesses worth zero because of a single decision by Amazon. And it's just the thing that I always talk about. You can't have your company dependent on Google. You can't have it dependent on Amazon. It's gotta be a diversified portfolio where that may be included in your portfolio, but it's not that all of your income comes from one of these types of businesses. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know your comments. Give me some of your thoughts on how you plan on creating your dream lifestyle. Thanks for checking out the video.